films to the Green Living series, but it is a challenge finding movies out there that in this arena that are done about good, positive things and that present them, in an inspiring, uplifting way. So I'm hoping that more and more of those kind of films come out because it's always a struggle to sit through these kind of films. But to a certain degree, I think that it's also got its place, in this arena to go through some films that make you feel this way. So, anyways, Ellen did show up. I guess we'll get started. We're just going to do some introductions and have some reactions from the panelists, and then we'll open up to questions. So, Jaclyn, if you'd like to start,
Sure.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization or some of the things that you're working on that might be related to the field.
So my name is Dr. Jaclyn Chasse. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I practice in Bedford, New Hampshire, and I'm also the president of the New Hampshire Association of Naturopathic Doctors. And I'm really excited to be able to sit on this panel because environmental health plays such a huge role in human health. And it is overlooked a lot of times in the medical arena, like Sandra talked about in the film. Whereas, from my perspective, it plays such an innate role in who we are from the egg and sperm that come together. The quality of the egg and sperm determine ultimately our kind of cap for how healthy we could be in our lifetime. And then when you also consider all the things we're exposed to throughout our life, it absolutely plays a role in how our body functions hormonally and physically. So, it's really a passion of mine to be able to bring that to people's awareness and also be able to open up the conversation about what are the things that we can do from a advocacy standpoint on an environmental level, because we as humans can only be as healthy as the community we live in. And then also on a personal level to be able to influence our own health and how to kind of work with this environment that our bodies are having to deal with.
So just a quick introduction of yourself, Ellen. I know you probably have a lot to share, but just give them a landscape of where you're coming from.
A landscape, nice word, Jonathan.
Yeah.
My name is Ellen Fine. I am the director of the LEAH Advocacy Group and the LEAH Collective. These are groups that I started in the not-too-distant past. I guess I like to start off by telling people that I'm the world's leading expert on getting sick from the use of landscaping pesticides in Waterville Valley, New Hampshire. If you've ever been to Waterville, it's a town of 350 people, so being the world's leading expert of that isn't such a big deal. But for some reason, the property management folks who took care of our town chose to lambaste the entire town with pesticides 4 to 6 times a summer. And as a result, my thyroid looks like this. I've had numerous health and heart problems and all sorts of things. Barely being able to function once again today. I had some stuff going on. But in the meantime, we started this group called the LEAH Advocacy Group, LEAH Collective, named for my dog who also got sick from the chemicals. We've been bringing legislation to the state of New Hampshire. And Tuesday, you have an opportunity to make your voice heard between now and then. We were the main people behind House Bill 495, a bill to just slowly phase out the use of herbicides and pesticides on school properties. Believe it or not, on school properties and playing fields, we use a lot of those products in New Hampshire. This is just a small handout that we prepared. We gave the legislature hundreds of pages of documents. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that story as we move on.
My name is Karla Armenti, and I am a professor in the UNH Master of Public Health program and taught an environmental health policy course for 9 years, and I also teach a course in the summer called Work Environment Policy. So my specialty is actually occupational safety and health. And what I was mentioning to Kristen, yes, earlier on is a lot of the ways that we know, or the only way that we know about environmental exposures or community exposures happen to our workers first. they're the ones in the factories, and they were exposed at higher doses. So what I teach my students is kind of the social, political, and economic framework within which environmental health and occupational health sit in this country. And Sandra did a really nice job talking about the politics side of it. And you know, it's an obligation for all of us, including scientists, to talk about the politics. I mean, you know, what is it that we can do to change this? Why do we have these hazardous chemicals in our environment? You know, I mean, we can vote, right? I mean, that's an important piece of the puzzle. So I'm happy to talk about the regulatory structure, you know, the way that works, and why these chemicals are not banned, that sort of thing. So I guess I'll leave it at that.
Great. My name is Kary Jencks. I'm the Policy Director for Planned Parenthood of Northern New England here in New Hampshire. I'm just so proud to say that we had Sandra come to our Critical Links conference that we held in Vermont in September of 2009. As you can tell, she's an amazing speaker. Every time I see Living Downstream, my eyes always well up. There's a lot of personal connection for me, not only with the people on this panel, interestingly enough, but sort of the story there. Planned Parenthood started getting involved in sort of the quote-unquote green movement really in 2008. And we call it good chemistry from our perspective. And people always sort of look and say, I don't get it, walk me the path, please. I'm not quite sure why Planned Parenthood is involved in this work. And for us, it's a matter of when you're coming for health care, you should be coming, first of all, to a space that is safe and healthy. So we made sure that we were greening up our health centers, not using latex gloves anymore, ensuring that the cleaning products that were being used were safe. We have a very wonderful partnership with Seventh Generation, which is also based in Vermont as well. We're a part of the Alliance for a Clean and Healthy Vermont, Alliance for a Clean and Healthy Maine, and along with Sierra Club and New Hampshire Public Health Association, we've been really trying to launch and get going the Alliance for Clean and Healthy New Hampshire. Our work is really important because Planned Parenthood means all kinds of different things to different people. I think most sort of have a Planned Parenthood story in one way or another. For most women my age, it started when we were in college. And we truly believe that when you are ready to have children, you should be as healthy as you can possibly be, so that the life that you are wanting to bring into this world can therefore be as healthy as it can be as well. We do have cardstock. One of the most popular ones for younger women is the cosmetics. Plastics is very popular for young moms, as is cleaning products, and then of course, we have one specifically dedicated to pesticides as well. And I'm just so excited to have these panelists here, and that we were able to sponsor the showing of Living Downstream. We own the rights. We did buy to be able to show whenever, wherever. So if anyone is interested in doing a community showing, please let me know. But it's so wonderful because you've ended up where my midwife was. We've worked with you on the pesticide legislation, and Karla was my professor when I was getting my MPH. So it's really wonderful to be here.